everyone, welcome to my channel for new battle reports. Bellum Lacum, game number 3. We were playing against another French team, Burgonde, which we know very well, the players, and I was paired against Chak, who is playing Empire of Sonnstahl. And if you heard one of my last videos, when I was talking, I talked about the impression that left me Empire of Sonnstahl after the update, which I felt they were quite good and they were quite impressive at Bellum Lacum. And this was one of the lists that impressed me with the amount of resources. We can directly have a look at the list. It's this one. I mean, yeah, the amount of bodies they can put on the table. The double griffin are so cheap. They are still so cheap. 500 points, you get 2 of them. Then he has the prelate, which is another chariot. He has the arcane engine, which is just chariot. A small mage, the general BSB, and apart from that, just a ton of Empire men's. Basically soldiers, so 32 spears, 3 units of 20 spear detachment, which can provide the counter charges mechanic to the parent unit. Then we have another parent unit, which is Imperial Guard, and we have another couple of support units, Imperial Detachment. And you see the amount of scoring is crazy. 7 scoring unit, lot of bodies, lot of wounds, and it can also add the sim tank, which has a cannon shot and a very strong piece. As always, the sim tank is complicated to get rid of because it's very strong. We were playing Trophies of War and Assault at First Light for this battle. Yeah, like I said, MSU AOS, you will see plenty of resources, and I think one factor that is always disturbing about Empire is the amount of tricks that you don't really know well about, because we didn't see a lot of Empire Sonnstahl armies perform well the last couple of years, and therefore you're always a bit, unsure about what can do the army between the orders and the mechanic of the support unit. It's not easy to get used to it, to be honest, and myself included. Primary wise, Trophies of War, I think we could have, and I wrote that here, I think we could have 2 very different games, depending on AOS. Basically, either he wants to really come and engage, and that would be, I think, his game plan. What this list wants to do, if you look at the resources, is try to engage and win on resources, win the battle of resources, win on the long run, and after a succession of fights, making sure that his amount of wounds, which is significantly higher than mine, as you can see, can put him on top. Because at some point, after successful charges, combat just coming one after the other, he might end up on top. And that could be, I think that would be his game plan, to create chaotic situation, multiple succession of multiple combat, and try to win on the long run. So that would be his main game plan, try to engage. He could also try to avoid. We're playing trophies, and as always on Trophies of War, you can also stay far away and play a ranged damage game, and he won the role for defender. He picked conserve the number, as always, the easiest one to succeed, so he's starting at 11, and I have to kill his altar or tank, which is not easy, so he's starting at 11. He could try to play the game where he say, okay, I'm staying far away, we will see how that goes, but I will be making damage from range, so most likely taking some points at some point, and also I will be pushing at some point and maybe engage late on, which could be my game plan. Get range damage, get favorable combat towards the end to try to pick the primary. So yeah, I want to finish and I want to play that kind of game plan. So it's really up to the Empire if he wants to play his main game plan or try to move to plan B and try to manage himself the end and the range damage to limit what I can do. All that put together, just mentioning during the pairing, we had the choice of me against Orc and Goblin or me against Empire, and the same for our Demon Legion player. We had the same rating, but we thought the Demon Legion had more potential to crush the Orc and Goblin, and we put him against the Orc and Goblin, and I took this match, which we both felt was going to be more complicated for both of us, and going to be, it's quite impressive what they put on the table, Empire. Deployment wise, and you already have some indication how the game's going to go. My opponent won the roll for side, picked the top side, gave me an impassable in the middle of my zone, and then it was up to me. And I elected to drop everything, not for the first turn, to make him start. So basically what I propose him is kind of a castle, defensive formation, which is very high density, very strong. He has nothing he can put here due to the type of deployment we have. And basically it says, okay, if you want to come at me, I mean, it's a hard setup because the first unit you can hit is the Bastion. It's my more resilient one. And after that, it's 35 Vassal. And then I have all my hammer unit in the flank that can push forward. I also check that my 2 units here are hidden from the cannon no matter what he does. And my rocket batteries as more as possible from the right to cover all the angle here to make sure that it cannot move out of arc. So I propose him that. And basically he has 2 choices. Either he goes far away, but then I'm going to finish. And remember the Lugars, they push 12, the Bastion push as well. So I might just play the type of game that I want, which is a bit of range damage. And at some point, try to engage later on, maybe with the last charge and just, yeah, try to steal the primary. So he elected to go in front of me after making his timeout. They decided together, okay, let's go at it. He put, that's Imperial Guard, Imperial Detachment, Altar in the back, Griffin. Here we have Spear units, the other Chariot, Arcane Engine. And here we have the Spear guys with General BSB. So that's his setup. I don't recall, somewhere was his mage, Pyro Mage was somewhere here. And I make him start. So he starts in a fashion that you probably wouldn't expect from this army. You're looking at infantry unit, not so fast, and boom, in your face. So basically between the Defender Vanguard and the Order with the March, he's able to push the Imperial Guard right in front of my face. He doesn't care that he has no character in the unit, that there is no bodyguard. He just sends it forward and thinks, okay, I'm ready to countercharge with plenty of stuff behind you. If you get stuck, that could be a nightmare. So have fun with that. 25 Great Weapon Imperial Guard under buff wagon with countercharge of Griffin. Good luck. That's basically what he's telling me. So okay, he moves to the side with the tank. And the Imperial Guard, to be honest, I was happy that the tank was so far away from my line for the moment because he will take some time to push forward. Well, that's good news. Magic Phase, you get +1 to hit on the guard. Obviously, buff the guard, put them 5 up ward save. I don't plan, I thought before the Magic Phase, do I want to go into that? And it's definitely not the type. Remember the game plan? How does the Empire want this game to go? He wants to go in this type of combat. He wants to go hatred and start the grind. And this type of grind is where his army shine and is going to win. So I don't want to go into his game plan, into his victory path. I want to stay in mind. And my game plan is range damage. So I reposition my Bastion, sorry for the blurry picture. I uses my Vassal Levies as chaff in front of his Spear guys. And I'm telling him, okay, shoot, stand and shoot. Let's go. You can come with Griffin plus the Imperial Guard or what's going to be left of them. I'm going to place the token to do the bow shots and plus my Bastions. That should hurt. And we will see. And then I place everything as a counter charge. Lugars, those guys. So everybody is set up. We will see what he does. In the Magic Phase, I get Fireball on the Chariot because I got Flaming Token on the Chariot and on the tank. From the Lamassu, so I do a Flaming Token here. I want to get rid of the Chariot, but I only do 1 wound. I get a Dragon Roar on my Bastion, which is going to be very useful. He dispelled the Pyro Flow, obviously. That was, I think, the first spell I cast on the Chariot. Didn't want that. Bow Shot, I kill 2 guards. Dragon Roar, I kill 3 guards. Bastion, I kill like 6. And Rocket Battery does 2 wounds to the Chariot. I would have liked to kill it. 4+, 3+. No ward save, no armor save. Would have been nice to get rid of it turn 1 to avoid him getting buffs, but I don't get that. But still, that's a good start. I kill like 15, no, a bit less, 11 of the guards, or a bit more maybe. But that was nice. I think that's definitely a good start for me. His turn. So what happened is the following. He charged here in the flank. I measured there is no overrun and so on. So I was fine with that. Then he charged this one. And here my thought process was, it's a bait. I'm ready to give away that unit because I don't want him to go flank and then overrun into my front and stick me without stand and shoot. I want him to pay the price for that. So I flee that charge. That was already prepared. I was automatically off the board. I jump off the board. And now he's in deep water because this unit, I think they could have like a 6 up on the Bastion, but he didn't want that because he felt if he's stuck, I can just charge, double overrun, that's the end of the game. So he just failed charge forward, I think, if I recall that correctly. Exposing his flank to those Lugars, plus those guys as well. But remember, he has support unit to counter-charge in case I would. So he still felt he has a plan here. Okay, he pushed those guys a bit forward, and here he redirects into my bastion with these guys, and the Griffin who goes first to try to absorb the stand and shoot. He suffers 3 wounds, and we go like that. So, yeah. Okay, very interesting. You see the setup? He pushes forward with some unit, move the altars, the chariot, everything move a bit forward, push towards me, including the tank. In the magic phase, he failed the +1 to hit. I dispel the ward save, and dispel also the reroll to wound, so he get pretty much nothing except a -1 armor save on my bastion, which I could live with. He tried to get somewhere a 5-up to hit on his cannon, but he didn't hit. And the close combat, I managed to do 6 wounds total of the Imperial Guard, and he managed to do also 6 wounds to me, thanks to his Griffon, which is very hard hitting model for 250. It's very impressive. And therefore, he loses by 2. He has a check to make. It's 6 rerollable 2 time, I think. Or -2, maybe 7 rerollable. I think he has 9. I think he loses by 2, not 3, because I have 4 ranks, banner BSB, which is 6. He has 2 ranks, a banner and a charge. Yeah, I think he loses by 2, so could have been 7 rollable, I think. He's stuck 2 times. Okay, good news for him. Obviously, he wouldn't have like me pursuing, killing some stuff, overrunning and starting the crush here. But now it's my turn and I have plenty. And when I say plenty, it's plenty of counter charge that I can choose from. And I'm going for the big one. I had to think a little bit about it, but this is automatic. The bull is automatic. Those guys are on 3+. Those guys are on 2+ here. And the way they are positioned, they can block the counter charge. Meaning the only counter charge from his support unit, due to the positioning of the rest, is this one in front of the Overlord, which is not going to take. So I sent, boom, everybody in. I have 1000 points of Lugars, plus an Overlord, so it's 1500 into this combat. Remember, it's General BSB, has no counter charge, blocking here the counter. The Anointed are kind of sacrificed, but I'm happy with, and the idea would be then to overrun here automatically into the flank here, starting to grab points. Those guys are trapped, so I'm feeling here, that should be the game, right? That should be the game. That should be game over. It's General BSB, boom, out of the map, and then overrunning into the next unit flank. Obviously the Lugars are getting counter-charged, but I should feel okay, right? Magic phase. Dragon Roar got dispelled. I got Pyro Flow into the chariot here, managed to do 0 wounds. And the rocket battery, luckily for me, kills the chariot. So yeah, I got it out. The big close combat, I do 25 wounds. He does 14 to me. Auto break, I catch him, get the first trophies of war on this unit, and I impact the second unit. I pursue with both Lugars, reform the bull because it was not so sexy to pursue because I would get flank charge. So I just do it that way, and I know that now he's going to charge me, obviously, because in Toric combat, he killed that model. Meaning I cannot block him anymore, but I run down the guys because they lost, they have no leadership, like it's a 5 rollable. He broke, I overrun, I catch him, and I end up in the second unit, which is very good news for the Anointed. That's not what I expected, but I'm happy with. And the other combat, I kill basically the remaining Imperial Guard, but he stick with his little Griffin. I think he has a check on a 4 or something like that, really low roll, really low. And I think he stick... yeah, on the 4 or the 6, I don't know, but really low roll because of my static, as you can see. But he still managed to stick, and he's still here, which is a bit annoying. We will see. That's the beautiful combat in the middle. Yeah, 25 wounds, guys. So many Lugars striking. Wow, that's impressive. The Overlord also going to town. Yeah, that was nice. So his turn. Counter charge here. Boom, boom, into the flank of the Lugars. He's managed to put both the flying guy and the spear guy, so I'm going to suffer in return. I know that most likely he could overrun into the next Lugars. I have some counter charge trying to set up. We will see what I do. I'm also expecting here to be free, so that could be also a potential charge somewhere. We will see, but you see it's not the end. Actually, this amount of resources this Empire army has is crazy. It's crazy. Not many army could recover like that after they lose the 2 main unit, more or less. Counter charge me in the flank with the tank. Yeah, I'm ready to lose those guys. Magic Face is going to get 5+ ward save, I dispel, and reroll to wound, I dispel, because he casts that against the Lugar, and they have magical resistance too, so bounce spell against MR2 is not easy to cast. I get that out. Close combat, the Lugar, I fluff. It was a moment a bit painful. Those type of moments that happen. I asked him, do I roll on 3+? He told me yes. I roll, and after that told me it's a 4+. And it's exactly the moment when you have the dice in your hand already grabbed with a lot of hits, and then you reroll and you fluff. And you fluff. You fluff the 4+. And I only kill 4 guys, so I'm losing by a bunch. I am on 6 rollable, which I fail. Yeah, which is sad, because then I was in some good position to activate the Overlord as countercharger. So I had stuff to do. But I failed the 6 rollable. He ran me down, gets into my Lugars, I think with both. And I think I kill his flying guy, or he flees. I think I did like 1 wound and he flees decimated, something like that. My turn. I charge with my Bastion into his little guys here. I charge as well with the Overlord. My Lugars are engaged, I can do nothing about that. And my anointed, my 2 anointed, they only suffer some wounds. They did a ton of wounds in return. He loses the combat. He loses combat by 2 and has to take a 5 rollable, which he makes. Crazy. Imagine he would have fled. Crazy. He makes the 5 rollable. The tank suffers a wound, but that was unexpected. I'm still here, no overrun for the tank, so that's very good news. Unexpected at all. So yeah, here it's crazy good for me, because overrun here in the flank, overrun here. Remember, the Bastion already killed 2 units, so that's 2 points. So I'm going to win the primary if I make that succession of combat. Nothing crazy. I didn't send the Lamassu in because I felt this combat is going to lose against the Lugars. I don't have much expectation for that one. And I don't want to get too close from his tank. So I'm ready to lose the Lugars on that succession of event. Magic Face, I get a ward save 4+ on the Lugars. I'm going to try to save them. I get a flaming token somewhere. Rocket battery on the altar did nothing, unfortunately. And the close combat, yeah, I break that unit. Obviously, the overrun is automatic. The overrun is automatic. Boom, boom. In. Lugars, they make 5 wounds. They make 7 wounds to me. And I stick on 6 rollable. Wow, really nice from the Lugars. I didn't expect that. Obviously, it's a key moment in the game, because if you run me down, then next turn you see he can charge pretty much everything. So I feel overall, I don't know if I could have sent maybe the Lamassu here in the corner. Could have been worth it to send the Lamassu, makes some attacks, make the charge. Could have been worth it, to be honest, against the main unit. Could have been worth it. But I recall, again, only 5 wounds from 15 attacks of Lugar was not crazy good. To be honest, I expected a bit more. But anyway, it's working for me. His last turn, because we are going to stop turn 4. It took so much time with this combat. So here I'm in the flank basically with the Bastion. But it was hard to position. He is going to finish my Lugars. The tank moving forward. Boom, shoot at my Lamassu. 3 wounds, half points. Nice. And for me, those guys are fleeing, as you can see. And the Overlord. So let's go to his magic first. He tried to get a ward save. I think I dispelled. And yeah, the Bastion's going to run them down and catch. So I failed no pursue move with the Bastion and grabbing max token. So that was nice. Here, just kill those guys. And his how you call him, the altar. I'm going to do nothing with the Onyx core, despite the reroll to wound. So I was expecting, okay, this is the kind of moment the Onyx core likes. I mean, 3-up rollable, AP2, multi-wound D3. That's going to do wonders. And actually I do nothing, and it's the bull himself does 3 wounds with divine attack, really strong. And basically I make him lose by 3, and I run him down. He failed the 6. Run down and go into the next unit and catch the unit which was fleeing. Boom, boom. Really nice. My last turn. Yeah, we'll just try to panic that unit. My attempt was also to kill the mage in the multiple combat, but I leave him on 1 wound, unfortunately. And basically I'm going to throw everything in this unit, but it's going to pass the 7 rollable, and my rocket's going to do 4 wounds to this guy, so I'm going to take half point of this guy, which is nice. And that's the way we're going to finish the game. So that's killed, and I have like 4 or 5 tokens on my Bastion. I killed so many stuff, that was nice. And I win the primary, so crazy game. Win primary, secondary, gave away a lot of points, but took also a lot, and it's a 16-4 for the Infernal Dwarves. Post-game analysis, yeah, he had to choose. I think it's not crazy, the game plan he picked. What's crazy, he went a bit too aggressive. I think jumping at my throat like that, I think he should have waited for his own battle line to come forward in a compact way. He didn't need to rush it that much. I think it was too much of a risk. The type of charges he took turn 2 also exposed him a lot. So I think he went too crazy here. Too much all in, and he should have been more in control. I was surprised that despite the early setback, and I mean, yeah, guards away, also the Griffin trapped, and then the unit of spears also gone with General BSB, he was still able to fight back in a good way, and that was tense fight after that. So yeah, very impressive Empire army. Yeah, the trapped I think worked really well on turn 2 with the flea. He was then in a difficult position. The anointed were very impressive. Wow, taking away the 2 spear, winning the 2 spear combat, then getting counter charge and sticking. That was very impressive. And the bull making the secondary, because killing the altar was huge, and also taking points that were important. So he was able to deliver in this game. Solid bastion as expected, and yeah, to finish, impressive AOS. So many units, nice combo, synergies, very impressive. The magic phase was also very impressive. You only have an adept on the table, but then the altar has good spells, a lot of bounce spells. You also have the other buff organ, so it's very impressive. Hatred everywhere. Really nice, really nice. We managed to cap, we get a good round. As you can see, 4 good win, 2 on positive matchup, 2 on neutral matchup. So we were quite happy with the round. And we finished day 1 on top of the table, so it was a good day 1 for us. We finish on top. We know that Sunday is going to be very challenging, with most likely our menu for the Sunday will be the 2 top Italian team. So it's going to be a tense day 2, very interesting day 2. And we start with Team Piloli, who have multiple ETC Italy players, which are very good. And they won last year, the tournament. So I think they won it multiple times. They are a very good team, so it was going to be a tough round 4 round. Guys, thanks a lot for watching the Battle Report. I hope you liked it. It was an interesting one. And talk to you soon on the channel. Goodbye. Take care.